Welcome back, everybody. Here we're back with Imperium issue number 5. So I'm going to be going through the next few issues at a bit of a lightning pace. I'm behind schedule, so I know I've missed a few videos, I've missed a few weeks, so I'm going to be getting to these throughout the course of this week and blazing through them pretty quickly. So let's get this one cracked open with our Primaris Captain. Get that open quickly. Another issue at $14.95. I believe every single issue moving forward will be, $13.95 US. The first issue was a bit cheaper at $6.95 or $7.95. I guess that's just to hook you in. We saw with the previous issue, we got those Sculpted destroyers in a pot of paint, which was really great value. Here, there's not as much value. We're getting a Primaris Captain. These Primaris Captain miniatures are generally around $30–$35 from Games Workshop. So getting one here for $13.95 is not bad, and this is a unique sculpt. There's no way to get this outside of getting this issue of Imperium Magazine or buying this sprue or this miniature third hand off of eBay or something like that. It is a very nice sculpt. There's a lot of nice detail. He has a lot of the things that you would see on other Primaris captains, or things like the Blade Guard veterans with their tabards and the nice sculpted cape there. So this is nice. It is quite a strange pose that we have on the miniature itself, but I think this is also a unique loadout with the power sword and plasma pistol. This is a bit of a heftier issue here. It has more information in it, specifically about the Primaris Captain, plasma pistol, mastercrafted power sword we see there, other little relics, service studs, things like that. More details. Creating a battle record for your Primaris Captain. Tools of war. This will be weapons. Here we have a specific page about melee weapons. And then a war scenario for the planet of Magaria. I have not heard of that. Looks like a planet that the Ultramarines defended against the Necrons, possibly, from the looks of the graphics here. And then here we have how to build our Primaris Captain. And this does not look to be a push fit miniature. This is the first non-push fit miniature that we get in the collection. So we'll have to go ahead and glue this together. Yeah, I see clipper safety, glue safety, dry fitting parts, and then saying how to use our mold line remover as well, which is nice. So here we would have our instructions on how to build it, and then how to paint it with some basic painting here, nothing too in-depth, just some base coats on the blue and the silver. I'm assuming we would touch that up further with further paints that we'd get in the collection. And then another scenario to play with your Primaris Captain. Again, the value here isn't as great. We also get a little dynastic hierarchy, some information about Necrons, a little spread on Necron units, their background, some lore, some battles that they've fought, it seems. Here's a nice photo of the Necrons battling some Eldar. Again, going back to value, the previous issue was much greater value with that Sculpted destroyer set, about $60 from GW. This here is not as good value. On one hand, it's just one single miniature, but on the other hand, it is exclusive to this collection. I like it. I'm going to be converting it, though. I'm not the biggest fan of the pose. I do like the cape. I do like the tabard. I play Black Templar, so those all fit well. The shoulder pad here has the nice wreath laurel, like veteran honors. I'd imagine something like that. And then we've got the blank shoulder pad with, I don't know if that's a dent to accommodate room for the backpack when we stick it on, or if that's just supposed to be some kind of battle damage. Either way, having that nice blank shoulder pad makes it easy for me to either add a piece of molded plastic that'll represent the Templar's cross, or add a water slide decal there or something like that. I might be snipping off some parts of the arms to add some chained weapons, but aside from that, it's a nice miniature. We'll get this built up. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and glue it together the way it comes so that we can take a look at it built. In this configuration here, before I start hacking anything away, it would be easier to do the conversion, if I'm being honest, without doing that. But we'll cut here, I'll snip this out, glue it together. I guess I can use that new Citadel plastic glue that we got in this set of the collection to see how this works out, because I did not use it on the Scorpic Destroyers as they were push fit, and I'm just doing push fit on the miniatures that come push fit, and then I'll be using glue on the miniatures that needs glue. So this came with the collection in the shipment with the 4 issues this month, but this is the first miniature that requires glue in the entire collection from the first issue onwards. So I'll get these snipped out, cleaned up, and glued together. Use the plastic glue, see how it works out. I've never used Citadel plastic glue, as I mentioned in my last video. I always use Tamiya extra thin cement, and that works great. This is plastic glue. I'm sure it's going to work wonders as well. And then I'll go ahead and make some comments, see if my needle clogs or if it takes some time to clog. It probably will, but I'm sure it'll be easy enough to just stick a pin down there to clear it out. So yeah, we'll cut here and we'll get our Primaris Captain. I keep wanting to say Lieutenant because there's been so many Lieutenants released. Our Primaris Captain glued together and get a closer look at him. Here we're back with our Imperium Magazine exclusive Primaris Captain. The sculpt is very nice. It's very nicely detailed. I'm not the biggest fan of the pose. A lot of people have said online as well. He's just holding his sword up like, look at my sword kind of pose. Another Space Marine leader with a tactical rock as well. But the details are quite sharp. I like the loadout. I like the iron halo kind of thing over his head. The head is a unique sculpt as well. I'm personally probably not going to be customizing this. I thought I would be, but I actually like the miniature as it is, even though it's a little goofy. The small divot on the blank shoulder pad on the left side was so that the backpack could fit on well. That blank shoulder pad is nice, but it would clash if I were to try to add some sculpted detail like Maltese cross or something for my Black Templars. So I'm still debating on how I'm going to paint it, but the miniature itself is very nice. We can bring it up close to take a look at some of the finer details. He has all the regalia and all of the little bits and bobs that you would expect from a Space Marine captain. He has his helmet on his hip as well, purity seals, his scabbard for his sword. I do like the cape, I like the tabard, and then the loadout itself as well, being plasma pistol and power sword. I've been seeing online people complaining that it's not actually a legal loadout from the Space Marine Codex. You can use the data sheet in Imperium Magazine that comes with this miniature, or rather the Imperium Magazine issue that includes this miniature. You can use that data sheet for a legal Space Marine captain with plasma pistol and power sword. It's kind of strange because firstborn captains pretty much have access to everything in the Space Marine arsenal, and Primaris are kind of locked with specific loadouts. So yes, you can use this loadout. Even though you don't find it present in your codex, you can use the data sheet from the magazine itself. Aside from that, it's a really nice miniature, wonky pose and all. I like how it looks. Again, I'm still debating on whether I'm gonna convert it or make any changes to it or not. Looking at it online, looking at photos, and then actually having the product in hand built, looks quite different. I don't think it looks as wonky in the hand. One thing, I did use the Citadel plastic glue, and I'm not quite a fan of that needle. It's not that easy to control. If you see here on this area, you'll see some shininess. It has been plenty of time to dry, but there's still some shininess of some of that plastic glue that's squeezed out of some of the joints. You can see here as well. So it's not as easy to control as you would think it would be with that needle applicator. The Tamiya extra thin plastic cement has that brush applicator, which makes it much easier to control. But it is plastic glue, so it does what plastic glue is meant to do. I use the mold line remover a little bit as well. I'm not the biggest fan. You can see quite some big mold lines across this miniature. They were up and down the center of each leg. It's still not perfectly gone on this leg here, but I'm just partial to removing them with the back of my hobby knife rather than using the mold line remover tool. Maybe I just need some more practice with it. I'm not that used to it. But again, the detail, the sculpted detail, I actually hadn't even seen that little skull under his tactical rock there. The sculpted detail is very nice. So I'm happy with the miniature. If you're interested in this miniature, it's pretty cheap. All these issues I believe are $14 moving forward. So Space Marine Captain with a decent loadout, mastercrafted power sword and plasma pistol for $15, $14, whatever the issue is pretty decent value. It's nowhere near as good as the value in the previous issue with the 3 Scorpec destroyers and plasma sight and pot of paint. This issue just comes with the miniature itself, but Space Marine Captain for $14 with a little bit of a magazine to read through, even though it's geared towards beginners, I think is still a great deal also. Well, those are my thoughts on this issue of Imperium Magazine. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. See you next time.